I will not reveal the name, but I'll give you the game. So at the Emirates Lounge in Dubai at the airport, I met one of you guys in person. Always nice meeting you guys IRL, by the way. It's the best vibe. So we had a quick conversation before the flight, and this guy asked me a very important question, which I think I should actually answer it in a video so that other people like yourself can also learn or pick up something from it. So the question was simple. This guy has been trying to trade for himself for, on and off for 2 years, he said, but he's still working. He would prefer to quit his job and be able to trade full time, right? He's like, oh, my goal would be to just wake up and not having to feel like, oh, now I have to show up, like having no plans, whatever. It sounds very inconceivable for a lot of people to sort of be in that position, which I used to also feel like that when I used to have a job. I was like, oh, how does it feel like to just having no boss and just wake up and, just trade and so on. But then when a lot of people start trading, they realize that, they find it really hard to do because there is nothing clear to do. So how do I do it? It's all about systems, and I'll share with you guys exactly what I have done to make sure that to leave off trading for years and years. Number one, the idea of trading that you have is maybe wrong for some of you guys. You think that you're going to be making a lot of trades per day. You're going to be sitting there and make trades, long, short, multiple times a day, and then you're just going to be making money. Trust me when I say this. The more you trade, the more you lose. I'm just going to keep it like that for you. The more you trade, the more you lose. So to avoid overtrading, I have put systems in place, which is more of a capital allocation systems. Number one, my biggest foundation has been DeFi and staking. What I mean by this, I have a bunch of Ethereum, then I stake it. I get maybe 3 to 5% a year on that Ethereum, and then I can spend the Ethereum that I generate through that staking. That's one. And before you talk about capital and so on, of course, I'll get to that at the end of the video. So that is good because I'm able to spend that Ethereum without touching my actual Ethereum bag, without my investment being affected. So that is one. Another one is using DeFi with stablecoins. So I took away all the money that I had in the bank, took it all away. I never had that much money in the bank anyway. I converted it into USDT and USDC. And I provide liquidity on chain and also on crypto exchanges like OKX and Bybit, where they have very, very good yield. You can earn between 5 to 15% a year if you know what you're doing, or you just put your money in the right place. So it's almost like you take money out of the bank, you put it in another bank that just has more interest. So all I have to do with this model is that I have to sometimes keep on switching where my stable coins are, looking at where I have the most amount of APY at that moment in time. Now I've implemented an AI system that sort of scans the markets, and it will let me know what's going on, where do I get the best yield, and my job for a day would just be like, okay, move money from this place and put it there, accumulate more. So within a year, let's say I put $1 million down, I can make 100K plus by just doing this, right? Low risk and more sustainable without overtrading and without any leverage. So that's like the foundation. This is what I can rely on, and I know that money is going to be there without any risk of losing money. I mean, there's always a risk of maybe the platform that I'm using, like an exchange, like what happened to FTX, could go extinct and then you lose your money. But that is a very, very low risk. It's a different risk than, say, opening a 100x leverage position. That's another one. And then the next one is now active trading. Now there is a specific way of how I do my active trading. I separate my trading between one that is for cash flow. Every day I need to be able to earn money. And then there's another way of trading where I'm trying to now grow capital. These are two different things. One is just for consistent income. One is for capital accumulation. Okay, so on the consistent side of things, all I do, I trade with a huge amount of money, because I'm looking at a small price movement of Bitcoin, and then I want to exit the trade. To give you guys an example, if you're trading with $100,000 with 3x leverage, you need like Bitcoin to move by 0.33% for you to make $1,000 per day. And you can imagine how easy that is if your target was 0.33%. And if you're trading on an exchange that has very low fees or no fees at all, or has like no fees for maker trades, then you don't have to worry about anything really. That's how you do it. Now, when it comes to capital accumulation, there's also another way of how I do it. This is when I have to trade altcoins and meme coins or high leverage trades to now just make bank. I'm not aiming to make $2,000 or $3,000 a day on those kind of trades. I'm trying to make real bank. So my approach is that I understand the risk that I'm going to take on such trades. I'll allocate money. You have seen me on this channel before. I put $300,000 on Ando because I'm trying to turn it into $2 million. Because I put like I think it was a 6x leverage position. So I make those kind of moves when I feel that I have an edge to go for, whether it's information advantage or just technical analysis or a signal and things like that. But that, even if that trade is going to fail, is not going to affect me as much. Now, when it works out, it's usually a good big payday. That when it works out, the capital has been accumulated, I move on to the next one. So you can see there's a separation of trades here. Now, where people go wrong is that their mode of trading from the get-go, they just go full-on risk, capital accumulation style, without caring about the consistency of how they're going to trade it. So they go in there, they're making I think they watch all these YouTubers making all these 50x leverage trades, or these fake posts on Twitter saying, oh, this guy, he just did this and then he turned his $2,000 into 600K. And then they go all in on 100x and they lose money. And they say, oh, I tried trading, but I lost all my money. You were doing it wrong. Now, how do you solve this problem of leverage? Because, I mean, leverage is very important. You still want to be able to make big bank. How do you go about it? The way I do it is, if I want to go completely high risk, I prefer to use other methods of capital, like funded accounts. So if, let's say, I've seen a trade where I'm confident and I want to go on with 50x kind of style, degenerate style, I would rather spend a small amount of money, go on a platform where I get funded accounts. In crypto now we have funded accounts like on HashHedge. They do offer this. You buy an account, you buy a funded account, they can fund you up to $100,000 for next to nothing. You pay, I think it's $600 to get a 100K funding account. If you're a good trader, you go through a test. When you pass, they give you the account to trade. You share the revenue with them if you make money, but you take 80% of the money. On this kind of account, I would go 50, 60x, whatever crazy leverage amount I want to go with, because when it works, it's a big payday, no risk for me, nothing. If it doesn't work, it's like, okay, how much money did I lose? What, a couple $100? Perfect, keep it moving. So if you're someone who is, and I know, this is all, people sort of underestimate how capital plays a big role in crypto trading, because they don't want to talk about it, They want to make it seem like, oh, everybody, even if you have $1,000, you're just going to be trading every day and making money. No, it's not true. I mean, you can, but then you'll be making pennies on the dollar as well. So you need leverage, but then you have to do it in a smart way until you accumulate enough capital. For people that have capital, you don't really have to worry much about it, really. It's just, you guys already know what to do. You trade small movements, you make money, you exit the trade, that's it. So, by the way, I talked about HashHedge out there. I'll put the link to HashHedge in the description. I also mentioned OKX, Bybit, and all these exchanges. I'll put their links in the description. These are all the platforms that I use for all these crypto trading activities. And I also want to remind you guys, I'm now open for one-on-one calls where you can book a call with me and ask me whatever you want. and I'll walk you through it, whether it's crypto, whether it's AI, whether it's travel, whatever you want. So go ahead and go and book it at greybtc.io. I can only accept one person per day because, you know, I get overwhelmed with these kind of things. But I'm super happy right now to take it on and get to connect with you guys. I hope this video, I hope you find it helpful, that it's all about capital. If you have enough capital, easy, just reduce your risk, have a target that is significant and that is also conceivable without high risk, and then keep pushing. If you don't have capital, you know, make sure you don't lose all your money, because the biggest sin in trading is blowing your accounts. Avoid accounts blow up. If you're gonna go more aggressive to accumulate more capital, don't use your own money. Use other people's money. Use funded accounts. Okay? If you, yeah, and on all these platforms that you use MyLink, you get huge discounts. And also I've put a lot of resources and tools that I use for AI as well. You'll find them on my website, greybtc.io. Let me know in the comments if you have any opinions. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.